Something is clearly not going according to plan in Montecito, and the warning signs are becoming harder to ignore. Meghan Markle's lifestyle venture, as ever, is facing growing scrutiny after what appears to be an unusually aggressive holiday push, one that raises serious questions about demand, inventory, and long-term viability. Just weeks before Christmas, subscribers received emails promoting a site-wide discount of 20%. For most brands, a holiday promotion wouldn't raise eyebrows, but As Ever was introduced as a premium, scarcity-based lifestyle label. From the beginning, the messaging emphasized exclusivity, limited availability, and rapid sellouts. The brand's founder repeatedly described products disappearing in minutes, framing the business as an instant success story. That narrative now appears increasingly difficult to reconcile with reality. Retail analysts often point out that discounting during peak shopping season usually signals one thing: stock that isn't moving. When customers are most willing to pay full price, especially for giftable items, brands with strong demand rarely feel pressure to cut margins. In this case, the discounted items include the brand's flagship offerings: spreads, candles, and honey. These are the very products featured prominently in promotional content and streaming appearances. Industry observers have begun questioning whether early sellouts reflected overwhelming demand or simply extremely limited production runs designed to create buzz. Artificial scarcity can generate excitement in the short term, but it becomes a liability when restocking fails to translate into sustained sales. The sudden pivot from exclusivity to broad discounts suggests that initial momentum may not have held. This shift is particularly striking given how publicly the brand's performance has been praised by its founder. Interviews painted a picture of unexpected triumph and meticulous planning rewarded with instant success. The contrast between that messaging and last-minute holiday discounts has led critics to question how much of the brand's success was perception versus substance. And while price cuts alone can damage a luxury brand's image, they were only the first blow. Early December was supposed to mark a turning point. A Netflix holiday special tied directly to the brand debuted with the clear intention of driving seasonal sales. The concept was simple: lifestyle storytelling paired with product placement designed to inspire viewers to recreate the experience and purchase the goods. Instead, the response was overwhelmingly negative. Professional critics delivered a rare and brutal verdict, awarding the special a 0% rating. Reviewers described the production as overly polished, yet emotionally hollow, accusing it of prioritizing aesthetics over authenticity. Words like forced, inauthentic, and uninspired appeared repeatedly across coverage. Rather than offering creative holiday ideas, critics felt the special existed primarily as an extended advertisement. Audience reception mirrored that disappointment. Viewer ratings remained low, and online commentary focused on how disconnected the content felt from everyday reality. Some noticed continuity inconsistencies, suggesting the episode was filmed long before its release, further undermining the sense of spontaneity and seasonal relevance. This mattered for one key reason: the show was meant to sell products. Every segment prominently featured As Ever items, from spreads used in recipes to candles placed strategically throughout scenes. The timing was meant to capitalize on holiday gift buying, but instead of generating enthusiasm, the special became a focal point for criticism. Rather than driving traffic to the brand's website, it appeared to amplify skepticism. Compounding the problem, product quality itself had already come under fire. Well before the holiday promotion and streaming release, respected professionals in the food industry questioned the brand's flagship offerings. Award-winning producers publicly criticized the spreads, pointing out that labeling them as fruit spreads rather than jam often indicates a failure to meet traditional standards. In the preserves industry, that distinction matters. Experts also raised concerns about ingredients and consistency, noting the use of thickening agents typically employed when texture issues arise. These critiques cut directly against the brand's image of artisanal perfection. Questions about manufacturing only deepened the credibility gap. While marketing materials suggested a home-crafted origin, reporting revealed that production occurs at a large commercial facility far from California. While scaling production is common, consumers paying premium prices often expect transparency. The disconnect between storytelling and reality left many feeling misled. By the time holiday discounts rolled out, the brand was already struggling with perception issues. Reduced prices did little to reassure customers who were questioning authenticity, quality, and value. Instead, they reinforced the sense that the operation was reacting to pressure rather than executing a confident strategy. And despite high-profile connections and media exposure, the brand's challenges were only growing more visible.
When a business begins to falter, even powerful endorsements can fail to change its trajectory, and that appears to be exactly what happened next. The inclusion of as-ever products on a well-known holiday recommendation list should have been a turning point. Historically, such endorsements have propelled niche brands into mainstream success almost overnight. This time, however, the reaction was muted at best. Rather than sparking enthusiasm, the recommendation reignited criticism. Online discussions quickly shifted towards skepticism, with users questioning whether the endorsement reflected genuine admiration or simple networking. Many pointed out that celebrity backing no longer guarantees consumer trust, especially when product quality and pricing are already under scrutiny. Sales reportedly failed to surge, reinforcing the idea that influence alone cannot compensate for weak fundamentals. In an era where consumers research products extensively, personal connections matter less than authenticity and value. Performance data soon underscored that reality. Web traffic figures released by analytics firms showed the brand drawing a fraction of the audience commanded by established lifestyle competitors. While any new venture faces challenges, the gap was significant enough to raise concerns about long-term growth. The comparison highlighted a fundamental difference. Successful lifestyle brands eventually stand on their own, independent of their founders' fame. Analysts noted that As Ever remains inseparable from its creator's personal image. Every controversy, every negative headline directly impacts the brand's reputation. Without a distinct identity or value proposition beyond celebrity association, the business struggles to appeal beyond a dedicated fan base. That vulnerability became even clearer when Netflix announced the launch of its first physical retail experience. Despite the platform's ongoing partnership, As Ever products were absent from the store's offerings. Popular franchises were prominently featured, but the lifestyle brand was nowhere to be found. The omission sparked speculation. If the platform truly believed in the brand's retail potential, critics asked, why exclude it from such a high-visibility opportunity? Attempts to downplay the absence by citing direct-to-consumer strategy failed to convince industry watchers, who saw the move as a quiet vote of no confidence. Behind the scenes, reports painted a picture of operational strain. Sources described difficulties forecasting demand, leading to fulfillment problems and customer dissatisfaction. Some buyers who completed purchases later received refunds due to inventory miscalculations, an experience that erodes trust quickly. Employees reportedly expressed frustration over constant uncertainty and shifting priorities. Rather than a streamlined launch, the process appeared reactive and disorganized. These internal challenges mirrored the external perception of a brand struggling to find its footing. Meanwhile, comparisons with more established lifestyle figures became increasingly unflattering. Successful brands thrive because they offer consistency, quality, and identity that extend beyond any one individual. In this case, the brand's fortunes appear tied almost entirely to public sentiment toward its founder. That dependency creates a dangerous cycle. Negative press drives down consumer interest, which leads to aggressive promotions, which further damage brand prestige.
Each attempt to regain momentum seems to reinforce the underlying problem. Perhaps the most telling sign is what has not happened. Despite claims of overwhelming demand, no major new product launches are planned until well into the future. For a supposedly thriving business, such delays are unusual. Observers interpret the pause as an implicit acknowledgement that the model isn't working as intended. At the same time, streaming content designed to support the brand has slipped rapidly in rankings, raising questions about whether future collaborations will continue. When content fails to attract viewers and products fail to sell, partnerships inevitably come under review. Taken together, the picture is difficult to ignore. A venture launched with enormous publicity and promise now faces declining influence, operational challenges, and eroding consumer confidence. What was meant to be a defining holiday season may instead mark a critical turning point. Whether the brand can recover depends more than marketing or celebrity support. It would require rebuilding trust, clarifying identity, and delivering undeniable value, steps that cannot be rushed or manufactured. For now, the disconnect between image and reality continues to widen, and the market appears increasingly unwilling to suspend disbelief.